This is the presentation of fiber optics by David Nakasor, A.J. Ogden, and Harrison Gill. Fiber optics explained. Fiber optics is a technology that uses glass threads to transmit data. Fiber optic cable is a bundle of glass threads. Each thread transmits messages modulated into light waves. Advantages and disadvantages of fiber optics. Fiber optics have much more bandwidth than metal cables, which means that it is able to carry more data than metal cables. It also is thinner and lighter than metal cables, and data is transmitted digitally rather than analogically. Fiber optics also are much faster since it transmits data using light. Some disadvantages are that it is expensive to install, it is more fragile than regular wire, and is difficult to splice. Cladding. The cladding of the fiber causes light to be confined to the core of the fiber by internal reflection at the boundary between the core and buffer coating. Core. The thin glass center where the light travels. Buffer coating. Plastic coating that protects the fiber from damage and moisture. Multimode fibers have larger cones, transmits infrared light, has higher bandwidth, and lower attenuation. Multimode fibers are typically used in LAN, security systems, and general fiber networks. Single-mode fibers have smaller cores, transmits infrared light, has lower bandwidth, and higher attenuation. Single-mode fibers are typically used in telecom and CATV networks. How light travels through an optical fiber. Light travels through an optical fiber similarly if you were to shine a flashlight down a tunnel. The light travels in a straight line, so there's no problem if you need to find your way through a tunnel. If the tunnel were to have a turn in it, then you would need a mirror so the light can reflect off the mirror and make the turn. The core of the optical fiber is light, a tunnel made of glass, so the light can travel a great distance in a straight line and in curves. The light bounces through the core using the principle of total internal reflection. If there were any cracks on the fiber, then some of the light signals would degrade within the fiber. This image shows how light travels through an optical fiber using the principle of total internal reflection. The arrows represent how light bounces around in the core of the fiber to get something through. How chemistry is applied to fiber optics. A number of chemicals is used in the making of fiber optics. One of the main products used in fiber optics is silicon dioxide. Optical fibers are composed primarily of silicon dioxide, though minute amounts of other chemicals are often added. Highly purified silica powder was used in the now outmoded crucible manufacturing method, while liquid silicon tetrachloride in a gaseous stream of pure oxygen is the principal source of silicon for the vapor deposition method currently in widespread use. Other chemical compounds such as germanium tetrachloride and phosphorus oxychloride can be used to produce core fibers in outer shellings or claddings with function-specific optical properties. This image shows all the different gases going into a single fiber optic cable. Careers that involve fiber optics. A career that involves fiber optics is Google Fiber. Google Fiber is the leading company of fiber optics at the moment. Google Fiber is only available in certain places, but is soon coming to Raleigh. Summary of fiber optics. Silicon is melted into glass that we then turn into cables. The silicon cables have other chemical compounds inside that allow it to transmit high laser energy through at very high speeds. Fiber optics use the role of total internal reflection to transmit light to its destination. Fiber optics is faster than copper wires, more reliable, and cheaper.